言うことは一つだけ。絶対負けねえ。ここで決めなきゃ男じゃない。
お前には活躍はさせん。
もらい。
How's it going, everybody? This is Nothing XS. I'm here talking about the new banner, the Prodigies Hungry for National Victory. Let's just go ahead and dive right in. These are the new high schooler versions of units. Let's talk about them real quick. First off, we're going to go straight into talking about Makoto Soda, the Ace Shutdown Specialist. He is a defender. His main role is to be a blocker. Basically, normally there'd be a complaint here about yet another red blocker, but this time it's a red Japanese blocker, which is kind of unusual. And it's actually a red version of Soda, which is even more unusual. And it's actually an interesting passive too, so he's a more interesting approach to the design of red blocker. He has 10,893 total block and a passive that makes him 30% stronger against all grounded shots. That's all non-flying shots. He also has a 455 momentum, 430 stamina block skill, and he has a reasonably good amount of tackle at 9.2k. He's actually kind of incredibly capable at central defender. He would do well on just about any red team or rainbow Japan team, but particularly a mono red Japanese team looking for a blocker. I wrote forward. I don't know what the hell I was smoking. Also, the fact that he has a plus 15/7 red Japan team skill is really just icing on the cake. For pros, he's basically the 4th best blocker in the game in just raw stats. He's probably the best ground shot blocker in the game right now. He has decent enough tackling to round up what already is a good package, and again, 15/7 mono red Japan team skill. For cons, he's easy to white pass over. For most forwards who have decent passing, he's only got 8,590 cut. He's kind of an offensive black hole, so it's hard to get the ball out of him for him to actually participate in offense. As a result of that, I limit broke him 22-3 on pass. Some people may still want to do 22-3 on intercept instead, and I understand that. I also went 25 speed and then block power 25-25. I wanted to get to players very fast so that he can use his 30% against all grounded shots more often. And he's going to have to be in a matchup for that. For his stats, again, he has a really low offensive stats and pretty good defensive stats. But what really is striking is what the results are, which is a 10.8k block, 9.2k tackle. Again, only just 7,000 in his offensive stats, so really nothing to write home about. 8.59 intercepts, not bad, but it'll probably not be enough to deal with a lot of units. As for a skill build, S razor block, A razor interception, and A speed dribble are things he already comes with. If you manage to farm the A razor tackle from the first Samurai event, or at least you got one copy of it, it's time to give it to him. And then B razor pass is something that you should farm up to give to him. I rate him an S. I think he's really strong. I think he is a very good red blocker, probably better than the weird glut of confusing red blockers that have shit like auto block, which isn't very good. That's my one curse word for the night. I'm only allowed one per video according to me. I'm sorry, I apologize. If you are a parent watching with your child, teach them the meaning of not using that word. Next up, we have Mitsuru Sano, Acrobatic Tactics. He is a blue forward. His role is primarily to press. I'm going to preface this talking about this unit to first talk a little bit about Dream Cup. Before the Dream Cup, I really didn't think much about pressure forwards. You know, the kind of forward whose entire job is to just pressure the defensive line with big stats, primarily interception and tackling stats. And I didn't think that they were really that useful because I thought Birdcage was still made him easy to avoid. There must have been some AI changes because after watching Kido play and seeing his team run Red Victorino up front, who enabled his team by stealing the ball from the defenders and putting a lot of pressure early on against the opponent by having Victorino run up there and try to do stuff. I think I've really changed my tune on how useful that kind of unit is, especially in red, where the red volley Misaki is like an actual threat out of attacking midfielder. That being said, that's red Victorino and this blue Sano. He doesn't have an auto pass cut, but he makes up for it for having big base pass cut stats and 15% passive with Jita. He's good enough to white cut most defender passes because of that and to smother any of them in a matchup, but he's not fast enough to really put any fear in defenders. If he was faster, I think he'd be a lot better, but unfortunately he's not a whole lot of speed, which is confusing because it's Sano. As for pros, he's a decent tackler, big interceptor on offense, which means it's hard to birdcage on the team with Sano in the front, and he has a 15-7 Mono Blue Japan team skill. Also, 15% bonus stats for playing him with Jito is nice, considering he's blue and Japanese, which is that's the first that's Dreamfest Jito. Now, the cons are that he's missing a lot of speed to really put pressure on defenders. His passive is 15% with Jito, but auto pass cut might have been more useful when it comes to smothering those defenders. He can't really score or do much more on offense than dump the ball to another forward. So there is, you know, it is what it is. That's his job. His job is to get in there and do the thing. For limit break, I would do tackle, speed, intercept, technique. You know, you don't really need much else. You do need to be fast enough, and you need to be able to use your tackle and your intercept to be able to deal with defenders and to scare them. As for his stats, as you can see on offense, is not much, but it is pretty decent. 8.5 dribble, 8.5 pass, really not that bad. 9.1 tackle is pretty nice, and 10.4 intercept is really what we're looking for. He's going to be very, very, very difficult to get the ball around, and then he'll be able to enable other players on his team to do that. And with an 8.5 pass, it's probably not too hard for him to do so. As for a skill build, he gets S acrobatic intercept, which is a very good interception just to start. The A acrobatic tackle is not very strong, but it is what it is, and he has A acrobatic pass, it's something that he gets. You can teach him B acrobatic dribble and C speed tackle. That's really all you need to do. These are both easy to get. I think this one is a raid, and this one's from an SR version. Just teach that. Don't think about anything else. Just move on with your life. There's no need to give him anything else other than these things. Use your C speed tackle for situations where you're bullying a really weak defender, and your A tackle for when you really want to take stuff out. If you have the S tackle because of the Samurai 2017 version, I mean, if you want to, you can use it, but I wouldn't. It's like a collector's item at this point, and that Sano's probably never going to be good. But if he does become good, you still want to have him around. You never know. And now for Kazuki Sorimachi Greedy Striker. He is the hidden ability character of the three. He's an incredibly strange unit. He's not bad, he's just weird. He has a pass that gives him 30% to all stats for being in the penalty area. And he almost always gets low balls when a pass sent to him into the box. And he ignores 2 special skill blocks anytime he's in a matchup. He ignores 2 of them, which is amazing. Also, he gives your entire team just 5% defense just for existing. So, all these things put together are actually quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, he's actually pretty scary in the box too. He struggles to get into it by himself unless you invest in something like teaching him like Toho Trinity. But all that said, in a way, he'll be stronger than any Green Hyuga you'll be able to play. So you do need Green Hyuga, but he's actually probably going to be your primary striker if that's the case. He's kind of worth a look, if only because he finally completes Mono Green Japan with his passive. But I feel like you're probably going to use him primarily for his passive than anything else. However, that said, if you do play Green Hyuga, or you do have Green Hyuga as a sub to come in to relieve maybe your other green forwards that are in Mono Green Japan, then this guy is actually really not that bad. I think maybe S is a little bit too high of a rating for him, but the fact that his hidden abilities are the way it is, I don't know. I think he's a tentative S, so I gave him an S anyway, just because Sorimachi's cool. I wouldn't use him. I have no use for him. But if I did decide to run Hyuga again at forward, then maybe, you know, I think he would be on the team almost for sure. For pros, he's a surprisingly competent shooter with okay skill support. He has 15-7 Mono Green Japan team skill. He's 30% stronger in the penalty area, and he buffs your team's defense. The cons are you kind of have to play him with Hyuga for his primary shots, kind of figure out what kind of team he'll be on as a result. S diving header is kind of whatever, even though he always gets low balls, or at least 80% of the time he does. And he just has no defensive skill, so he can't pressure the defense. That means that for stats, 25 speed, so he gets in the box faster because he needs to be in the box. Then 25 shot and power, and then 22 to pass and 3 to technique. As for his special skills, he has special skill block cancel. What he does is that it lets him ignore up to 2 special skill blocks used against him, which is laughably strong in a world where more of these are starting to turn up. He gets low ball request, which means that anytime someone throws him a ball, it has an 80% chance of being a low ball if it's in the box. It's pretty okay, I guess. It synergizes with his with the fact that he's good on low balls and the fact that he has the somewhat mediocre S diving header skill, but it is what it is. Bumpy ground resistance. Hey, look, my guy not affected by bumpy effect. Cool beans. And finally, my team defense +5. He's completely untyped defense bonus. That means everyone on the team gets 5% of defense. It doesn't matter what color you are, what nationality you are, you just get 5% of defense. That's pretty great. Being that it's a completely untyped defensive bonus, it's actually wow how good that is, and I think people are going to sleep on that, especially when it comes to how much stronger it's going to make quite a few defenders. As for his stats, he gets 1088 stamina, mostly courtesy of the hidden ability. His stat gets the 9.4k shot, and his dribble and pass are 8.3 and 8.2k respectively. You're going to say, well, that's pretty low, but remember that it's actually 30% stronger, which means that he gets something like 2,700 more shot. That puts him at 13k, I think. No, that puts him at about 12k shot, which is pretty nice. Like 700, you know, it's 12.1k shot. That's pretty nice, and it's really worth having for those of you who might be a little, you know, like not convinced. 12.1k shot is very nice. However, it is in the box, and I feel like there's other strikers in the game that get to 12.1. I still, you know, maybe I would go for Broke. I think I would want him more for his team skill more than anything. As for his skill build, you have the Toho Striker combination with his shot, S diving header, which is a volley, A fainting dribble, which comes with, and then the only two skills I can think to give him are the A strong pass, which you're going to have access to from other versions, and S Toho Trinity. Really, if you really have to, use Toho Trinity to get you help get you closer. You only want strong pass and mix of options. You don't get 100% guess every time as to your intentions. Obviously, Toho Trinity comes from the Samurai 2017 version. If you don't have access to it, that's real tough. I do believe there's another version that gets Toho Trinity. I think it's actually the one of the latest exchange and or club versions, so you might want to go ahead and look at that. If you must use it to help you get you closer, you only want strong pass and mix of options. Not much else to say, since every other option you can think of, all of the 6 other options anyway, they aren't particularly good, so you might as well just optimize where you can. And that's pretty much it, except that we do have a new event unit. It's Taro Misaki Kind Field Artist. Taro Misaki Kind Field Artist is the high school version of Misaki. He is an attacking midfielder. He's an enabler and a clogger. This event's prize is interesting because of the decision it asks you to make. If you're green and you want to play a Misaki, you got 4 options. You got the best passer in the game. You got the strong and balanced Misaki that can shoot and is about top 10 in passing. Misaki is actually very great at dribbling and pretty good at passing and has an auto intercept. And then a Misaki that's crazy obnoxiously good at intercepting that can also pass. This is option 4. Obviously, version 3 is actually the Samurai 2017 one, which I still think is a very good unit. Number 2 is actually the 0.01% Misaki, which is also a very good unit. And number 1 is Golden Duo Misaki, which is, in my opinion, the best of the 4 units, but not by much. These other 3 units do have, they can make a claim for being very good versions of Green Misaki. So if you don't care about that, though, just farm the interception, and if you get this guy, yank his pass for the Golden Duo, because he does come with a magnificent pass. For pros, he has an extremely strong pass cutting, which is a 420 momentum when maxed because of his passive, when you max his skill to A80X. And he does have 10,765 base stat, and he is a good passer with 9,650 pass. Now as for cons, he's non-existent in any other stat. He shares the same color with 3 other great versions of Misaki, so he feels a little superfluous. For his limit break, I would just do speed and then pass intercept technique, because he can't do anything other than pass and intercept, so you might as well throw it into speed, which is the only other thing that is visibly impacted. For his stats, as you can see, he's got some 3,000s. It's really bad. He really only has 9.6k pass and 10.7k intercept. That's really all he's about. Finally, for his skill build, obviously you have a magnificent interception EX. But if you do want to play with this character, I would give him a Golden Duo or some version of Golden Duo, S or A. Keep magnificent pass. Take off the dribble and give it to somebody else. And then maybe give him B magnificent interception because it's farmable, and that way you just have this extra cheaper option if necessary. And if you have the C precise pass, give it to him. If not, don't worry about it. You don't really need it. It's just an option. Listen, farm him. You know, just even though he's a B unit, just farm all the magnificent interceptions you can, because it's worth your weight in gold, not the weight of the skill, where the skill is non-existent, but your weight in gold. A magnificent interception EX is going to be super crazy, and I'm really terrified of running into Misakis with it the next Dream Cup, because this Dream Cup was already obnoxious with the Misakis. With A50 magnificent was already super toxic, so imagine AEX magnificent. It's just going to be on some other stuff. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. That's just for these 4 players. I hope you guys managed to go ahead and pull, and we do actually have some pulling ready to go. I'm ready for you this time. So this time we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go for it. We're hoping here for to maybe get some good stuff. Maybe if I actually go to the well, that's fine. If I actually clicked on the transfers next time, I'll actually go to the transfers. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see what we get. Let's go for it, because I do want players to make it a little bit easier to farm this. So here we go. today. Any day now. Oh man. Alright, cool. So it looks like I got a mystery pool. So here comes a mystery pool. I'm real excited about that. Mystery pools are the best. It's kind of crazy how Mimu went from being really stable to just absolute trash when it comes to running Captain Tsubasa, and I think it's because the version of Android on Mimu is so old and Unity just continues to advance, and I cannot with a clean conscience recommend Mimu to anyone anymore. I think I would recommend the latest version of Nox and just install over Android 7 because it's just so much more stable, honestly. I know that they were like, oh, it might be a little unstable or whatever. Okay, so did it pull? It looks like my pull did go through, so I guess we're gonna have to go take a look and see what I found. Because I don't want to, you know, I want to see what I got. So let's see what we got here. Most recent. Alright, cool. So we got the Matsuyama, which I will need for the event. That's pretty much it, huh? I only got the Matsuyama, which will be nice for the event, so I'll have to level them up. That's smooth ball keeping, by the way, which is very nice for those of you who wanted smooth ball keeping on some version of Matsuyama. I unfortunately had to gut my 2018 Matsuyama so that my Matsuyama would be stronger because of the Dream Cup. I was just really tired of getting my my ass kicked when Matsuyama was on the field, and I needed an option other than to pass. It did win me a couple games, so it was nice. So here we go. I'm gonna go for the 40 Dream Ball kick. Let's see what we get. Two birds. But Purple Fire, this could still be okay. We'll see what's gonna happen. This is still decent, but maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, this should be something, but you never know. I think this is a bait. This has the makings of a bait, which is something Clad would do to me. Okay. GGK catch Morisaki is nice, especially since he'll give me 25%. Nothing. Ah, that's brutal. That's par for the course for Clad, honestly. And so finally, let's see what we get. Hopefully it is one of the banner characters. I don't really care who I get of the three. If I was going to pick one, it would be Soda. But, I mean, I'll take whichever. Hopefully it's two SSRs. Give me two SSRs. Oh, nice. Sorimachi and Soda. Come on. Alright, we got one of them. So, Sano is nice, you know. Oh, okay. Alright. Ooh, I want this unit. I have wanted this unit for a while now. Nice. Nice. Very, very nice. Okay. I actually really did want Wang Zhangming for my red team. So this is sick. I'll be able to give him the S dribble. Okay, that's dope. No, I don't want to let this rock. Let's see what else happens. Jeez, you never know. Okay, so that's a hell of a kick to end the night on. So thanks guys for coming out here and watching the videos. I actually think maybe we have some more transfers that we could do here. I think we have the tickets, the art tickets that I got from whatchamacallit. You know, I can also just kick some singles. You know, let's just clear them out. So hey guys, thanks a lot for coming out here and enjoying the videos. Sorry about the wait for the last video. I appreciate you guys taking the time. I'm doing something different with the music where I'm not playing it while I'm doing the video, and instead I'm adding the music post-production. Wow, that's such a bait. At least if it's an SR. Hopefully it's one of the new ones. It's just and so now every character gets their theme song, hopefully. Unfortunately, I didn't loop them properly, or rather, I don't have like very long loops. I could cut very long loops for them so that way they're seamless. Well, let's see what we get here for Roberto. Oh, this is awful. This is bad. This is trash. This is trash 9 tickets. Absolute garbage. Wow. Absolutely beta. But anyway, you know, I got through SSRs. I can't complain. You know, so there's just a lot of cool stuff that we could do here. And so I thank you guys for coming out and supporting as much as you have. Again, we do have 1,000 subs. I will be out for Christmas, which means that I will be recording a video in advance. Oh man, this is still decent. I am going to record a video in advance, hopefully, because of, I know the characters that are coming are going to be Dreamfest Tsubasa and Dreamfest Brian, and I want to have that ready at least for premiere by the time those guys come out so that you guys can know more about them. Needless to say, they're super strong. I know everything about those units already. And it's just gonna be wild. It's gonna be really wild. And you guys have already seen the Dreamfest announcement, and if you haven't, I recommend you go read it. So anyways, thanks guys for coming out here. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you haven't yet already, go ahead, click like on the video, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the units, tell me what you thought about the gacha pools, tell me what you think about the event and EX Magnificent Interception, which holy smokes. And also tell me what you think about you know, about the channel, where you think the direction the channel's going. And also, if you know, if you haven't already done it, go ahead and click on the little bell on the top, so that you know, we can actually go ahead and, you know, you can get some actual like warning as to whenever I upload stuff, and that way you know when new stuff is uploaded, and you can check it out, and you can come tell me what you think. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming out here, and I hope to see you soon.